Another video. Yeah, I know it's been forever. Wait, let me go get my water. I know it's been forever. I'll explain my absence. I got tired of living healthy. And I know that sounds really weird and like backwards. But man, I don't know. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying. I started enjoying being healthy less. I started enjoying living good less, eating good, working out, reading my Bible. Like it started to feel more chore like. So I took a break for a minute. For like 3 weeks I was just degenerating and working, and then after that time I've just been getting things in line and stuff, just being prepared to, I don't know, I've just been living healthy for a bit before I started uploading again, because I was like, I want to feel good about these uploads. I don't do anything half-assed. I wanted to wait until I read a book, so I just read The Animal Farm. Orwell is the first Orwell book I read. That's what we're going to talk about today. Yeah, it's going to have spoilers. I read it yesterday and today. Great book, really good. Honestly, it's really, really good. I love these kind of allegory books. It's more of like a short story, I feel like. I mean, it's a really short book. I was reading it at a park, and then I was reading it at the library today. And then I'm going to go do a leg day after this. Anyways, so yeah, it's going to be spoilers. We'll talk about the themes of the book, general application. I'll give a brief summary with spoilers. So pretty much the story in a few sentences goes like, a bunch of animals that talk to each other live on a farm. The animals drive out the drunken farmer pretty early into the book and establish communism, which they call animalism, which is they take over the farm for themselves because they're tired of the man taking over the farm. And everyone gets a reasonable equal ration. Everyone still has their work to do, except there's pigs that are supposed to be the smartest animals, and they are like watching over everyone. So they establish a kind of democracy where they argue back and forth. Eventually one of the pigs start to argue over the idea of building a windmill on the farm. One of the pigs attempts a coup on the other pig, because he secretly raised a bunch of dogs, and so he drives out the other pig and makes it his own dictatorship. And the rest of the story is just the dictatorship getting worse and worse, and so they establish like original laws, and then they start to cross out certain parts of the law and add like pretexts, and they like just change the law and simplify it, and eventually no one even remembers the original rules that the nation was based off of. No one really follows the original rules, the principles that it was based off of, and the whole thing is that it's supposed to be like run by animals and that humans are evil and stuff, but then at the end of the story they're working with humans. That's like, you're gonna understand half the stuff I'm talking about in this video with that explanation, but it's a really common book. I'm sure most of you guys have read it. It's a classic. First off, I think my grandpa gave me this because he thought that I was into communism, because I used to talk to him about stuff like that. I think I used to tell my whole family about that stuff, so I thought it was like the moral way. Now here's what I like about this book. Well, I love old fiction. I'm not even sure how old this is. It says CE 1900 on the side. I don't know what that means, but I know that this copy itself is very old because it was $2 new, right? So $2 new is like, this has got to be at least a 50-year-old copy of the book. And the back cover got ripped off when I was at the library, which I feel bad about that. Anyways, here's what I'll say. I like the minimal descriptiveness, right? Like at the start, I'll tell you this person is this animal and give you a little bit of a description, but you kind of just get thrown into things, right? I really like the realistic application, which is There's a few themes and motifs here, but what it really comes down to is that nothing ever significantly changes. You will always have to work in your life. Power corrupts, and there's no perfect system for humanity to exist within, right? And I love that idea because, like, even if we go my route of how we should be doing governing the whole world, there's still going to be people on top that are going to rule everything, and everyone's still going to have to work, right? And it's really like, I really love the discussion of these ideas, especially that everyone's still going to have to work thing, because for me it used to be a big thing, like, oh no, I got to go work for the rest of my life, and I'd have all this existential dread about it and stuff. Like, no, I have to go work. There's no escape. I'm just going to have to do stupid shit that I don't like. And yeah, I still think that, but it's really not. I don't have the same feelings about it as I used to. But you see all these spaces online where people are talking about communism and the work-free subreddit and all this stuff. And it's also a message about idealism, right? That you never eliminate the problems. And as strange as it might sound, your life would probably be equally as difficult in any other country. You'd probably feel about the same way. In any other class, any other country. And people hate to hear that because they always want to blame everything on the external. Well, I only feel like this because I'm poor, and once I get $1 million in my bank account, I'm going to feel great. The millionaires still kill themselves. Yeah, but the whole idea of annihilating a previous system and establishing a new one that's favorable, I really like, and it's very applicable to the U.S. government, right? So we overthrew the Brits because they didn't represent us, even though they taxed us 2% on tea, right? And then today, like 200 years later, you still live in a country where your vote doesn't really matter. I mean, you have representation, democracy, yes, right? But it's fake democracy. It doesn't actually matter, and still gotta pay the taxes, right? I think that the message on idealism is so important, though, because I think a lot of people fail to recognize that pretty much every issue is internal. Women hate to hear it, but that's the truth, bro. That's the truth. Every issue is internal. It really is. You're unhappy with your internal right now because of the external. You're going to feel the same way a year after getting whatever external problem solved, right? I also like the whole application of it's pigs that are the ruling class. Horses are hardworking and stupid. Sheep are just stupid, and the sheep are like reinforcing what the ruling class of pigs wants to have going on, right? So anytime that people are about to have a problem with the pigs, or like the pigs say something and everyone goes, yo, wait, what? The sheep just start talking, yes, he's great, yes, he's great, and just following any motto. And also, with the whole democracy thing, the sheep are just kind of like following whatever and thinking it's great. It doesn't really matter what it is. They're just going to reinforce that, oh, it's like this and it's great. I really like the stuff about the coup, though, and the part where the old horse dies, or the old horse is in trouble, right? And Napoleon ships him off to go be killed for money, right? And says, no, I took him to a hospital and I did all we could. That's a phenomenally well written part. Like, Orwell's a really good author, really good. Like, I want to read some more stuff. I've heard Brave New World is a great book. And isn't that the one about medication where people take like a happy pill and they have to take it? I think so. With like the thought police and stuff. Yo, everyone has thought police, by the way. It's kind of off topic, but you all got thought police in your head. Everyone does. And you see characters like me. I'm very careful on YouTube, but when you talk to me in person, you're going to be like, well, what the fuck is this guy saying? Right? Like, I would consider myself to be on the very liberated end of the mental. And even so, I police my thoughts a lot, and it's really, women make it a lot worse because I'm around them and they say, well, that hurt my feelings. And I start to like not think the thing that hurt their feelings, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? When did I start having fake thoughts? Like I always say, literally probably 1% of your thoughts that you have every day are yours. Anyways, and I really like the old donkey that just says, I've been alive for a very long time. I notice no difference in this lifestyle. Right? Everyone's always going to say, well, at least we're not this, at least we're not that. But the truth is, nothing really has a great change ever. Ever. And I love the thing about, bro, I'm not good with names. The horse that dies. Where it's like the whole part of that character is that he believes in the system. Boxer. The whole Boxer's entire character is being the average working class business guy. The average working class guy that's in a corporate firm. Like, the system is good, I trust the leaders, and I'm just going to work hard and I'm going to get out. And you're just looking towards the future constantly, right? One day I'm going to retire. One day I'm going to retire. One day I'm going to get my Social Security back. One day I'll just keep working. And you're just always looking to that future point. My retirement's going to be paid for. The 401k. I'm going to get Social Security. My life is going to be so easy. And all this hard work will be paid off. And what happens to Boxer? He dies from working so hard, never having seen the end that he's always told himself is going to be like we're going to reach this. Now, what I don't like about the book is that it acts like heaven isn't real, which is weird, because if Orwell is an old author, you'd think that he was from the Christian part of America, but whatever. But yeah, it talks about heaven as like a kind of made-up concept, allegorically, which just isn't true. It just isn't. Yeah, but I love, too, the whole fear-mongering to group everyone together and prevent them from thinking about certain things, right? So every time that people are like, well, this seems weird, there's gaslighting. No, that never actually happened. You have no evidence, and everyone else is against you, so it has to be fake, right? Which we see that with a lot of stuff today. I mean, you have no idea how many things you've been gaslit into believing actually happened historically, right? You got no clue, but a lot. And there's the whole histories written by the winners thing, right? But then it's like, you got to think about how much further it goes. And yo, if you read this book and you're like, yo, it's such a good book, bro, so free thinking, but then you watched my stream where I said, yo, the earth is not a globe, and you're like, wow, this guy's crazy. Yeah, just think about the book a bit more. Yeah, but like, it really gets me thinking about this thing I saw earlier today. It's in a Telegram. Some dude that does journalism sent it. But it was like 1% control what everyone thinks. 4% reinforce it. Yeah, I'm about to pull it up. And then 90% are asleep, and then like 5% are awake. I know that those don't add up. Do they? No, yeah, they do. But yeah, that was a really, really well put little quote thing. But that's the truth, bro. That's the truth. Is that it's really 1% of people controlling what everyone's thinking. A few people reinforce it, right? No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Don't speak out about this. Don't speak out about that. And then everyone that doesn't believe in it, just like, they seem crazy. And that's really how you get things to happen. You just reinforce socially. Not true, not true, not true. Everyone who says COVID-19 was a lab leak is a Nazi, and they're liars and evil. And yeah, they're crazy, guys, and they want you to die. And, you know, we should start treating people who refuse to get vaccinated like drunk drivers, because they're endangering others. Everyone in society is like, yes, they're the reason that it's like this, right? And then something comes out and it says, yo, COVID came from Ukraine. Bro, I feel like I got the vaccine, by the way. I say all this shit. I have a video talking about my concerns with being vaccinated. Leak comes out saying, yeah, guys, it's on the U.S. government website. It's on like the little rewards. Found it. 1% control the world. 4% are their puppets. 90% are asleep. 5% know and try to wake up the 90%. The 1% use the 4% to prevent the 5% from waking up the 90%. Yeah, and those percents are way off because it's way less than 1% that control it. And it's definitely less than 5% that reinforce it. And it's definitely way over 90% that are asleep to things that go on. Yeah, but the COVID thing is a great example. You post on Facebook during 2021, Wuhan lab leak virus, canceled, you lose your job, the post is taken down, you're getting, what's it called when they leak someone's info? You're getting your parents' phone numbers leaked, your home address leaked, your family's getting harassed, everything's fucked, your life is over, just go to another country at this point, and it can't be one of the first world Western countries because we're all like together. You're getting arrested, right? Years go by, and then people, I know I just started explaining this, people are like, yo, actually though, if you look at the reward search on the Department of Defense's website, and you type in this specific number, it actually says that we did a bunch of money to Ukraine way before COVID happened, and it was under the title COVID-19 study. And then after that happens, the CIA just quietly releases, yeah, guys, actually it's from China and it's from a lab. Like, I know that we ruined lives over people saying this, but actually, guys, it's true. So, yeah, but then no one talked about it for some reason. Why didn't I hear about it in the news? But yeah, the news is the fakest shit to exist. Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic. It's a really good story about government work, suffering, and the nature of politics, and really anti-communist, and also the nature of production and stuff like that, right? So everyone complains about, well, my boss is actually making 100K doing jack shit, writing a schedule every week, and that's all he does, and he just yells at people sometimes. While I'm out here making 15 an hour, and I have to do all the work, right? But the truth is, someone's got to be the boss, and that guy's always going to get paid more. You know? So even if, let's say, no government, nothing, there's still going to be hierarchy. It does not matter. It's impossible to knock out the idea of hierarchy. There will always be a hierarchy in society. I mean, and we try and knock out hierarchy all the time today. Constantly, people are trying to knock out the idea of hierarchy. Hierarchy is bound to exist. The human psyche literally can't comprehend true equality. Right? Because you got to think, even when you're socializing, you still have favorites. That you're literally making a hierarchy in your head about like who's the most fun to be around. That's how hierarchical the human mind is, right? It's actually unbelievable, but yeah, your psyche literally can't comprehend no hierarchy, and it's like it's in your head from the time that you're a kid. The older sibling has a ruling over me, and then the older sibling has a ruling over that one, and then the dad has the ruling over the mom, and the mom has the ruling over all the kids. But then grandpa has ruling over dad, right? And you just have it going. It's just a part of you that we're not equal, right? And, you know, there's something so weird about capitalism that if you're not evil, everyone is still equal. You know what I'm saying with that? I don't know if you understand, but like, how can I put this? When the world is religious, right, and we're not in current atheist times, I still view the homeless person on the side of the road as like we're brothers, you know? Like, yeah, we still have things in common. But yeah, I was thinking about this. A lot of people live life on PvP, and never PvE for some reason. I don't know why. Everyone lives on PvP. It's like, why wouldn't you want to be on PvE? These mean player versus player versus player versus environment, right? Sorry, I'll slow that one down for you. Player versus player, or player versus environment, PvP, PvE. Player versus player is in a video game when we're trying to kill each other. Player versus environment is when we're two working together to fight a boss. You know you know why everyone goes player versus player? Is because there's no player versus environment that people are outlined to believe in. Because they don't want you thinking it's you and me versus the system, because that's a terrible thought to have for the system, right? The system can't have people thinking like that. So yeah, they just go, oh yeah, it's player versus player, guys. This is problems between you two, right? And they never are going to be like, yeah, well, actually, it's you two versus us, right? Because the more people you could pin against each other, the less people are going against the system, against the person at the top, right? I had another thought too. But yeah, it's like the whole thing with businesses, though, and the hierarchy that has to be there. Every time the people on the lower end always hate the boss, it's not a hatred, it's more of a jealousy and like wow, how could this be this way, right? But they don't understand that they be the exact same. This is what I'm talking about. Equality, but it's not equality. Like, you'd be doing the exact same shit, and you switch the roles. Your boss is now the worker. Your boss feels the same way about you. It's just how we are, man. It's just how we are. Even on a team where you're all doing the same thing, you're working together, there's still a hierarchy. There's still one dude who has to manage, and everyone else is following tasks, right? And yeah, it's just literally impossible to annihilate. Just like taxes, just like one group of people beating down another. Like, it's just inherent to man, as bad as it is. You're never gonna escape the work. There will always be abuse in society. And yo, I'm more scared for like hidden abuse than outward abuse. Do you know what I'm saying with that? I'm way more scared of a world where, okay, think about today. The black man still is getting arrested way more, but we're just pretending he's not. Compared to in segregation, they'd actually be like, yo, you guys are a different breed. Yo, this is kind of fucked up to say. But for some reason, something about it being in the open is 10 times better. Because that means that the black people can look at the ruling white class and say, it's because of you specific people that set this up. Damn, it scared me. Compared to today, where they look at all of the white people and they say, it's because of all you guys, right? Like, these things need to be, I don't want to say isolated, but they need to be in the open. You know? Okay, maybe that's a bad example. I'm not saying that we should be segregating, right? But I'm just saying, maybe like if the police went out and said, yeah, but we have to do more stuff for black people than we do white people, I think things might be a little better. That still sounds fucked up. I don't know a way to normally phrase that. I hope you understand what I'm saying, though. Is that, like in the book, I'll give you an example. In the book, they're saying, well, these are the figures, and the farm is actually doing way better than it was when we were under the humans' rule. And everything is better. The water is cleaner. We're making more food. Everyone's happier. Literally everything is better, right? And the animals are like, well, that seems weird. but I guess so. Compared to at the start, they knew. Yo, that's such a bad example, bro. I really should have like sat for 10 minutes before I recorded this and organized my thoughts. We're ending this. Thank you for listening. Comment any thoughts below. Yo, we're gonna go back to actually uploading videos regularly now, cause I got tired of living badly. I get tired of living badly way quicker than I do being healthy. Think about it like your workouts, right? So when you're in the gym 5 days a week for 3 months in a row, you start feeling way less good about being in the gym. It starts to be more of like a whatever thing at the end of those months than you did at the start of lifting, right? At the start of lifting, you go to the gym, this shit's fucking amazing, bro. I feel great. Everything's good, but you kind of bounce and you start to go like, I don't really love this. You start to go more chore-like, right? And it goes really with everything healthy that you do, weirdly enough. But yeah, I just wanted to restart the cycle as quickly as possible, so I literally maxed out unhealthiness so that I could bounce back and be like, wow, I actually love healthiness. And that's exactly what happened, to be honest. I feel great. Like, I feel phenomenal these days. Phenomenal. And it sounds so weird to advise people to be unhealthy so that they could like being healthy. But I don't know, man. Something about us, something about humanity, this kind of ties into the book too. We always kind of just revert. We kind of just revert to how things were. Like, everything kind of just balances out. Even if you lived your perfect life that you'd imagine right now, you'd probably feel fairly similar. Because at some point, it's just going to stop feeling that good. You know? And, like, imagine if you didn't gain tolerance to any drug. Even without tolerance, you drink coffee every day. The feeling of the coffee is going to feel like, oh, this is just how things always are after 3 months of drinking every day. Right? And what do you do? Stop drinking coffee for 2 weeks. Reset back to normal. So you could go back to the actually getting high from it stage. Right? And I hate using the term high for things that aren't drugs. I mean, like, coffee's a drug, yeah, but not really, guys. Like, come on. Let's not do this whole technical thing. Oh, technicalities. Yo, I wanted to talk about that with the book. My bad. Yeah. You have to notice that in societies, they start to degenerate when they go, well, actually, this is the real definition. Well, actually, guys, a man is someone who identifies as a man. Yo, I don't know why I said that, bro. I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, when we start doing Neoplatonic stuff, that's when it starts getting bad. Because that means that we're going far from simplicity. And I've had this discussion with my friend. Wait, okay, let's keep talking about the book and then we'll talk about it. But they go from, well, 2 legs bad, 4 legs good. And they're like, well, what about the birds? And they say, well, actually, 2 legs is fine if it has wings. And then they say, well, actually, wings are actually limbs, which means that they're legs, because you have to think that they're like, you use them to fly, to move, and because they're used in movement, that means that they're legs. And then everyone's like, yeah, that's cool, you know. And then you start to move from simplicity, and they keep changing it, right? So it's like, no animal will drink alcohol. And then eventually someone writes, no animal will drink alcohol until drunkenness, right? Like, oh, they're not going to get drunk, though, but they can drink. Right? Like, when you start to go from simplicity, things start to get really messy with society, and that's what we have going on right now. Because when you start to go definitions, and, well, this is the real definition. What makes a chair a chair? Thank you, Plato. Well, tell me this, if I remove a leg, is it still a chair? I haven't taken a college philosophy class. I wish I could though, because I'd pop off. But yeah, that stuff gets bad. And I was gonna say this on the note of simplicity, bro. We're kind of just hitting a bunch of random thoughts that I've had that I've just been meaning to record me talking about. We're called to simplicity in life, and everything goes bad when we start going complex. And you have to think about homeless people. Think about homeless people. I saw these crackheads on the road earlier, and I had this thought. I was just watching them, and they're just arguing. This girl's got needle marks all on her arm, right? But then she has the crack. You know how crackheads have, I don't know how you'd call it. They're like scabs. Yeah, scabs. You know, they have scabs all over their face and all over their body because they pick. I was thinking, wow, she does crack and heroin, which is actually meth. I'm pretty sure that makes them do that. I don't think it's crack. And I just started thinking, like, you know why we're called to be childlike with God? You know why being childlike is really the greatest quality you could ever have in your life? Because that means maximum simplicity. And what is complicatedness? What is complicatedness? Complicatedness means I need this and this and this to feel happy, right? But you got to think, people are feeling that level of joy just being around their family. And that's why it's evil, right? So when you need weed, a bowl, a lighter, food to eat when you get munchies, drinks, and you need that to feel the level of joy that you felt when you were 10 years old playing video games with your best friend, that's complexity. And so these people have allowed complexity, these homeless people have allowed complexity. Yeah, I'm saying in this scenario, because I understand, like, people just get thrown on the street, whatever. In the scenario of drug addiction, of medium income to drug addiction to low income to homeless, still drug addicted, it's really complexity that's the problem with their life, right? That's really what it is. The complexity is really the reason that they're there. Because they needed more and more and more to feel happy. And no one does drugs that feels happy. I hate to say it. That's the truth, bro. No one is going to go, because why would you need a pen to be able to smoke weed, to be able to feel a level of joy? If you could just feel it doing simple, normal stuff, you wouldn't feel the need to go do it, right? I wouldn't feel a need to go drink with my friends on a Thursday night if I could just feel a similar level of happiness without drinking. And you might think, like, well, when you're drunk, like, that's like ecstasy. Like, that's like a high level of happiness. Yeah, it is. But is it crazy to say that you almost feel that level of ecstasy as a child? Is that a weird thing to say? Because you do. Like the saying, a kid in a candy store? I feel like a kid in a candy store here. When do you say that? When you look around this is so wonderful. They have everything. That's ecstasy. That's excitement. Right? And that's excitement with simplicity, which is really what we're called to. It really is what we're called to. You know? And a time will come. A time will come in everyone's degeneracy that they sit back. They sit back one day and think, where did that joy go? What happened to that joy? Like, why do I never feel like I used to as a kid? And it's because you maxed out gnosis. That's why. It's because you have a fuck ton of gnosis, knowledge of good and evil, from doing bad stuff. But yeah, man, complexity is really the downfall of so many people. Complexity means, no, I'm not just happy with a wife and my 3 kids in this beautiful home. Complexity is why you cheated on your wife and beautiful home. You ruined your fucking family now because complexity, bro. Because you just needed more and more. Well, I just need these conditions, then I'll feel happy. And I know I've talked about this before, but really the driving thing is happiness. I remember listening to Bradley Martin one time, and he said, think the reason that everyone does everything is because they want to give love and they want to feel love. And it was on his interview with Zerka, and Zerka goes, even Epstein? And Bradley's like, well, like, yeah, in a fucked up way. And yo, I don't say feel love, give love. I just say they just want to feel happy, bro. That's it. That's literally it. And yeah, of course, even Epstein in such a fucked up way. But you gotta think, like, Epstein didn't start fucking children and doing black magic rituals. That wasn't the beginning. The beginning was, yeah, we're gonna drink a little bit, and then he does it 10 times, and then he thinks, well, that was cool and all, but I want to go further. And it gets more and more complex, bro. It just gets more and more complex. And one day, he looks in the mirror and he says, where the fuck is my soul? One day he lays in bed and he hears those screams of children. And I can't say he feels bad about it, because I don't think he does, but there was definitely a time he did. Yo, and Diddy was doing black magic rituals, bro. Same shit as Epstein. I don't know how it's not widely known that these are black magic rituals. I just think it's so weird that everyone accepts the explanation of, well, like, they're just pedophiles. They're just pedophiles, bro. That's like accepting the explanation of everyone who was tried to assassinate a president is just a lone nut. Yeah, bro, like, he was just acting solo, and he just felt like he should really kill the president. Obviously, there's a fucking force involved, bro. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. I don't mean a spiritual force. I mean like a group. But yeah, with the pedophilia stuff, yeah, it's a spiritual force. But yeah, I just think it's weird that people accept such basic explanations. Like, oh, alright. They just happen to be pedophiles. It's just all these famous people just happen to be pedophiles. That's not weird. Yeah, it's a black magic ritual. Aleister Crowley talks about it so much, bro. Literally, I can't recommend to read him because it's literally the most disgusting, evil stuff I've ever heard of. There's a lot of stuff that I've read that I've actually just sat back and gone, what the actual fuck? What the fuck did I just read? And then I just can't get it out of my head for the rest of my life. The book, The Secret Garden. I think it's My Secret Garden, though. Why is my face red? That's what confuses me. Yeah, it's My Secret Garden. This is one of those books that I opened and just regretted so much. It's one of those books that I just opened and literally could never get out of my head. My Secret Garden, so you don't have to look it up, is a book compiled of anonymous women's sexual fantasies. And she did a book, same author, with men's fantasies, and yo, the women's ones actually make me want to not be able to read. The women's ones actually make me wish I had, like, brain damage. Because it's stuff that I always knew existed, but yo, I didn't realize, A, that it was very common, and B, I didn't realize how bad it was. Because I always knew, like, even these quiet girls are, like, secretly, they've got some nasty fantasies and shit. Because I don't remember how I found out about this. But yo, I didn't realize how fucking bad. Hey, you guys want to see the money? 700. I don't know why. I just like having cash so much more. I keep my room door locked all the time because I got this. But for the one person that makes it this far in the video, it's way better having cash. And also it makes me a lot less concerned about getting put on watch lists for buying religious books, items from Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Sticks, you know how that's like a whole thing. Like after the tragedy of January 6th, We must track potential terrorists who like to go fishing. Yeah, well, this guy bought a Bible, so he's probably a terrorist. Man, this country's so satanic. It's actually unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. Also, why don't I start doing some research on Malcolm X? I did a research project on him. Which, it was a phenomenal essay. I might honestly read it on... No, I'm not going to read it on here. But I loved reading about Malcolm X. Like, I'm not even black, and that shit had me inspired. I felt... You could feel his passion in his words. Like, he's like one of the greatest speakers in the past forever. Oh, I never... Did I stream or record anything when I had this in my eye? I think I did, actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But maybe I'm going to read a Malcolm X biography soon. Or maybe I'll just read some more of his speeches and I'll talk about it. But he's great. He's great, bro. Like, phenomenal. I get why they had to kill him. I'm not going to say who did it, but... Yeah, like, it makes sense. Because when you have that much passion, do you know what you ignite in people when you go, spark, 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 aren't you sick of this? Spark, 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 look at what they've done to you. Spark, spark, and you go, buy guns, we're waging war right now. Do you know what that fucking does to a society? Like, yo, that's actually how entire nations get ended. So yeah, they had to put a bullet in him. Unfortunately, shit happens, you know. It's death of a real one, bro. Death of a real one. I love that. I always see that meme. It's like, so I'm trying to live, and it's like early life, rise to power, empire. Cool. Like, is that not the best life for a man? The Scarface life. I just watched Scarface a few weeks ago. Such a good movie. Also had me thinking earlier while I was peeing like an hour ago. For some reason, something about that combo of, like, good-looking Chad, tall guy, who gets a lot of girls, and is hyper-driven, short guy, is so powerful, bro. Something about that is, like, the best thing that could exist. Because the short dude is going to keep the tall guy driven, and, like, because a lot of these Chad types that have a lot of chicks, a lot of them aren't very productive. I don't know if you guys have noticed. For some reason, I think it's because they feel they're too comfortable. They feel like they've accomplished too much because they put a lot of energy into the conquest of chicks, and so they need the short dude to keep them on the financial end of conquest, you know. And the short guy just benefits from being around the tall guy. He gets, like, some good perspective and some good, like, okay, relax, bro, we can go do blah blah blah, right? Okay, but sorry, this is really off topic. Like, we went way far. A lot more videos to come. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna start selling life insurance. So we're gonna see how I like that. If I hate it, we'll stop. I'm not gonna be a substitute teacher. I think I said that I was gonna be. Yeah. This is one of the things I really hate. Is that I'm very... I don't want to say I'm feminine, but I get chaotic, and that's feminine. You know, like, I become inconsistent at times, and that, it's such a not masculine, not respectable quality that I have. And I could tell that, like, a lot of people don't like it, and I don't like it either, bro, but I'm just constantly boom, 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 boom all the time, and so I get very ahead of myself. And yeah, it's just embarrassing. It really is. Like, it's just embarrassing when I tell people this is gonna happen, because I say things with such conviction. like nothing can get in the way of me doing this. And then it just doesn't happen. You know what? Okay, we're ending the video after this. No. I was looking at photos of me 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. At the time, I was the most depressed And for some reason, there's such a sparkle in my eye that isn't there today. And to be fair, you gotta think like, when you're hella depressed, you have to Kabbalion bounce back, right? You have to have certain moments that you feel great, and then you go back to shit, and then you go back to great, and you're just bouncing back and forth. Because everyone does it. Weirdly enough. But yeah, like, for some reason, there's such a sparkle in my eye. I mean, and maybe it was just that I was taking, like, a lot of photos or something. Something like that. But, like, look at this chick, bro. This is my class, my history class. Where's the photo that I took? Yeah, but it's so weird. Because it's like, I was so depressed. I was so depressed and so evil. And I just look so different. You know? Okay. And it honestly concerns me. It makes me think like, damn, did I go too far? Like, why do I feel like my eyes look joyful then? You know? It's like, am I not in that kind of childish era anymore? Are we gone? Like, look at this photo. I look like a little demon, bro, and I was such a little demon. I was fucking crazy. Like, man, I did so much bad shit. So much. But nothing illegal, obviously. I don't do anything illegal, and I didn't do anything reckless. I was just, like, not nice. Look at me. Yeah, but, it's just weird. It's just weird, and it does concern me a little bit. And, yo, sometimes I take photos, like, do you know that one painting of Lucifer? Where he's like this, or whatever, and he's got the tear dripping. Sometimes I used to take photos like that, and I'm like, why did I do that? Because I never saw the painting, and I would just happen to take photo. Oh, it's the photo like that, out of the corner of his eye. Okay, I can't really do it. Jesus is king. Gotta rely on him for everything. Yo, the shootings are getting crazy, bro. Like, someone got shot like a quarter mile away from me 2 hours ago. The sun wasn't even down. It was just setting. And I was like, damn. Damn, bro. Like, but for some reason, I love living in the ghetto. I know that that's such a weird thing to say. But, like, I've always lived in, like, a reasonable area, you know? And the ghetto is great because no one cares at all. You know what I'm saying? Chill at the Circle K. Who gives a fuck? Walk around playing music in the store. No one cares. No one bats an eye. It don't matter what you do. Everyone's just doing their own thing. They're all in their own world. And that's why the crimes happen. Just because they're just doing their own shit. You know, and maybe the crime came first and the not caring about social things is after that or something. And you have so many more random encounters in the ghetto than you do in nicer areas. Because there's just dudes chilling at the gas station. There's just old heads that'll just start talking to you at 2 p.m. Because he don't care, he's drunk. You know? And yeah, it's just such a great thing. Because it's like, I fucking hate all these social constructs. No, you actually can't do that because it's kind of weird. Like, you shouldn't talk to me. I know that it's broad daylight and we're like both men, but like, please don't talk to me. It's kind of scary. It's like, I'm a little uncomfortable. Like, yeah, it makes me so mad. I actually lose my mind. In the ghetto, talk to the gas station clerk for 15 minutes at 3 a.m. Because why not? Who fucking cares? He's high as hell. He want to talk to me. Talk with a homeless dude. Talk with bro. I've talked to so many crackheads, man. This crackhead chick gave me her number. She forced me to take her number. I didn't even want it. We were talking for like 45 minutes, man. She was the sweetest crackhead lady I ever met. I'll tell the story really quick, okay? We're done. And then I'm gonna go hit leg day. Here's what happened. I was on a really bad sleep schedule during the DoorDash grind. I think I went out one night and then I came home at like 4 a.m. and I just fucked my sleep schedule. So I was like, you know what? I might as well keep my sleep schedule bad for the next 5 days while I don't have class. Because all my classes are on 2 days of the week. I just cram them. It's actually terrible, but it's really worth it. But anyways, I was like, okay, well, I might as well stay on the bad sleep schedule, just be nocturnal and make hella money, right? Because you make the most money door dashing late at night and in the like late evening. So like the most money that you're gonna make door dashing is gonna be, yo, I should just make a video on DoorDash, to be honest, because I have like a lot of tips, especially for the Phoenix area. Like I was grinding. I made 900 in a week, and that was like 5 days of the week. Like grinding. Anyways, here's what I was gonna say. Yeah, but you have to think like that was out of like 38 active hours door dashing. But I'm not scamming you guys. Listen, it's fuck that. I'm not just gonna make another video about it. Here's what happened with the crackhead lady at the gas station. I pull up to Circle K at 3 a.m. I just woke up 2 hours ago. I'm gonna go to Circle K. I'm gonna get an energy drink, and then I'm gonna go home. Wait, no. Then I was going to get a Whataburger. Then I was going to go home because I had class that day, and I woke up at 3 a.m., right? So I was like, well, I'm going to need to drink an energy drink at, like, maybe 7 a.m. so that I could power through my classes and still be able to go to sleep. Whatever. I go to the gas station, and I come in. I'm all happy. I'm swinging my arms and shit. I'm just having a good time, you know? I was just feeling good. And I walk in, and she goes, you way too happy to be at the gas station at 3 a.m. I didn't say anything. I just got my shit. Yo, and the cashier had a GD tattoo. You know GD? You know, it looks like the Jewish star right between his eyebrows. I was like, damn. They hired you. Like, he could not cover that shit up. We were talking about his nephew. It's like, bro, my nephew used to drink energy drinks all the time, and now he's all fucked up. I was like, damn. Anyways, sorry, I don't mean to burp into the mic every time. You know what's crazy? The first time I chugged a non-alcoholic beer, I burped, and now I always burp after I drink anything. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it like that? And it's been like this since my first non-alcoholic beer chug when I was like 15. Anyways, let's get back to it. And so I leave the gas station. I'm standing with my car door open. She says something to me like, you're cute or something. This chick's like 35. She's one of those crackheads where you could tell that they go back to a house, but they definitely do a lot of drugs in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like clean-ish. Her hair isn't that fucked up. She got normal, semi-normal clothes on. But like, she got like some bag with her, some shit. And I'm talking to her, and she's like, it was like a 1-minute conversation. He goes, you have to try the sandwich. I go, no, I can't take your sandwich, because I think she's like homeless or some shit. She's like, no, you just have to take a bite. Just try the sandwich. Come on, you gotta have this one. And she hands it to me, and I go, no, take it back. I give it to her, and she throws it in my car and starts to run away. And I go, yo, wait. And it's still wrapped. I'm not just taking a sandwich from a random lady. It's still perfectly wrapped from Circle K. She's like, just try it. It's waffles, bacon, syrup, eggs. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take one bite, and then you could have it back. And she said, okay. I took a bite, and I was like, yo, that's hella good. And I'm like shirtless outside the gas station. And yo, we talked for like 45 minutes at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. It was more like 4 at that point. Man, we talked forever. And she was sweet, and throughout the conversation, she keeps going, you're so cute. She's like, you gotta be an athlete. I'm shirtless. Like, I'm not flexing or anything, but I'm shirtless. She's like, what sport do you play? I was like, I don't play a sport. She's like, you look like a swimmer. I'm like, I bet. That's pretty good. She tells me that she started going to my college and some bad shit happened, and now she's like 38. Anyways, she keeps saying Just let me give you my number. Let me give you my number. And as we're talking, I just keep fucking diverting that. Like, just some distraction, random sentence, and we're just joking around. She told me that she met Michael Jordan one time, and that her family's really rich and stuff, and that she just has problems with them. And so, like, I checked my Facebook Messenger the other day. I finally logged in, and I had messages built up from like 3 years of birthdays and Christmas and stuff. And I was like, damn. She told me that she deals some shit on the side, and her boyfriend smokes meth, and her meth head boyfriend beat her earlier in the night, and she's pissed at him, so she wants to talk to me. And I never took her number. We chilled, and some other crackhead came up to us, and he's like, "You got a cigarette?" And she's like, "Here." And then she gave him a cigarette. And she's like, "I know him. He's sweet." But she was so childish, in like a cute way. Yo, that's so crazy of me to say about a 38-year-old gas station crackhead. But, like, she just seemed like, I don't know why. Like, it's probably because the drugs she was on, to be honest. But she is, like, kind of enjoyable to interact with, to be honest. But, yeah, no, we were talking for a while. And then she's like, just wait one sec. She ran in, got a notepad and a pen, and wrote down her number. And it's just sitting in my car. I don't remember why I started talking about that. I was just talking about crackhead encounters and stuff. And, bro, I've talked to so many crackheads, bro. So many. Yo, and being in the hood so much has honestly rubbed off on me a bad way. Like, I've noticed I've been sagging more. I've been cutting my words shorter. I've just been generally less intellectual with my vernacular. Not good. Not good. And my fashion has gotten more hood. I mean, like, right now I'm wearing a very normal outfit, but, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. It's just that they've been rubbing off on me, bro, unconsciously. They've been incepting ideas into me and socializing me to think bad things. That's it. That's the whole video, because I need to go lift right now. Thank you for listening.